It appears that a once eminent actor here in the United Kingdom, well, seemingly has taken a different view to most of the general public over here in the United Kingdom regarding the removal of historical statues. What could have possibly started this? A need for attention? Or more importantly, trying to get back into the limelight? After all, the pandemic's hit a lot of actors hard, particularly when you're reduced to doing voiceovers for a supermarket ad. Who is this actor though? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Hope you're keeping well today as ever. Nice to see you. Listen, welcome one and all to some brand new subscribers as ever. Lovely to have your company truly. Get involved also with what you like and what you don't like in the stories below. This particular story really features an actor that really was held in such high esteem, obviously, for the many roles that he's played. He starred as Oscar Wilde on the big screen, but possibly best known around the globe, I would think, as Jeeves in Jeeves and Wooster, you know, the P.G. Wodehouse stories, brilliantly portrayed as the butler, and opposite, of course, another wonderful actor, Hugh Laurie. But now it appears that Stephen, at 64 years old, has had a change of heart, and it's all about those particular burning stories regarding historical figures and statues over here. I'm sure you know this story already, but basically we're having a review of whether they offend people. You know, the woke snowflake generation. If you walk past a statue and perhaps that particular person who's now an historical figure may have done something in the past, will it set something off, trigger something? But now Stephen Fry basically says this, that people who are upset by the removal of these such statues are ignorant of history, and in fact perhaps they should be removed. Now, I don't know about you, but the general consensus over here in the United Kingdom is simply this, that, you know, it's there for debate, conversation. It makes people think twice about what people did, what they didn't do. That's called history. It's great to learn about people, good and bad, and as we know, there's plenty of bad people in this world. So for Stephen to come out and say this, you do have to wonder exactly what the background is. But let me explain a little bit more. Stephen goes on to basically debate that those who oppose the toppling of statues don't really understand, because these particular individuals are trying to highlight history, not remove it. As we saw with the removal of certain statues, particularly this one that was chucked into the river at Bristol, it does anger a lot of people. And as ever, you have to highlight this, because when you're talking about a Lovey, an actor who basically has made a career out of playing historical figures, posh people, that sort of stuff, you do kind of think, well, why would you want to alienate the audience that so goes to pay for your work, whether it be on stage, if you're not running off the stage, as we recall with Stephen when he had a terrible bout of stage fright all those years ago, or indeed watching him in a pre-scripted autocue reading host of the BAFTAs. But more importantly, as ever, if you're a fan of Stephen Fry, on a serious note, this could and has offended much of his fan base. He was speaking on a Distraction podcast, asked about what he thought about this, and as ever was truly open and truthful. But sometimes, of course, you have to think, at 64 years old, with still quite a few years to go as an actor within you, is it wise to reveal your exact thoughts on something that is really contentious over here in the United Kingdom right now? Many people may not like certain statues, but they certainly don't want them toppled or broke down, simply because of a brand new woke snowflake generation who may be offended by them. What I often think, and let me know exactly what you think in the comments below, is we may look at these historical figures of history and obviously not like some of the bad things that they did, but it does make you look into them and wonder what made that person do that. It becomes a talking point. If you remove everything that offends everybody, then you're going to have nothing to look at, possibly including me. As ever, let me know what you think to Stephen Fry's controversial comments in our comment section below. I truly will look forward to reading those. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.